Okay, let's make a start. So, oh, a couple of people still joining. So first of all, massive thank you to everyone for joining tonight. We've got 20 people competing. Also, a massive thank you and hello to Amelia, who's joining us for commentary and some chat and to follow along with what's going on for this mystery competition. Thank you, Amelia.
Yeah, thank you for joining. And apparently, this is number 7. Isn't 7 a lucky number?
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Yep. So this is our first mystery competition. So there's a bit of a surprise waiting. So a couple of things. So first thing is we're not going to use the app tonight for time recording. Although it's working for most people, some people we're still seeing some crashes and things. So tonight we're not going to do that. So we're going to try something a bit different. So all you need to do tonight, when you're finished, is do a big thumbs up to the camera. Your time will get recorded automatically and will appear in the live results straight away. So you don't need to type anything in the chat, do anything with the app, just give a thumbs up and your time will be recorded and you'll be ready to go. Other things, so November we've got two competitions coming up in November. We've got the 500 piece, the monthly kind of 500 piece on the 11th. A few places left, that's kind of filling up now. So jump in if you want to join in that one. And then on the 26th of November, there is the first 300 piece challenge. So if you want a quick, very quick, high paced challenge, or maybe if you know someone who's new and wants to have a go with something that's a bit, who maybe feels a bit put off by 500, there is a 300 piece challenge on the 26th. So there's some places left for that one. Before we open the box, we'll do our Wheel of Fortune. So it's a mystery competition. So there's a mystery puzzle on its way for the winner tonight. So let's spin the wheel. And it is Marlin. Congratulations. So there'll be an extra puzzle on its way to you shortly. Okay, let me close that and get everything up and ready. See, we're still missing a couple of people, possibly. Miriam. Miriam Angelica. Okay, we'll just wait a couple of minutes till we're right on time, just to give them a chance to join. It was a different start time tonight. Hopefully they saw that in the email and on the sticker and everything. So we'll just give them 2 more minutes. Tonight, when we open the box, there's some additional instructions once you've opened the box. So there'll be a bit of a pause while we talk about what the challenge is for tonight, and then it will be time to go. Get the timer set up. Okay, I think we'll need to make a start, so you can go ahead and open the box. But then once you've done that, you can take out what's inside, but then there'll be some more instructions. So don't unwrap the box. So you'll see that you have a bag of pieces and a box. So tonight, it's going to be 2 halves of the competition. So the competition is 2.5 hours, 150 minutes. So the first half of that, so 75 minutes, will be blind. So you won't be able to see the picture. And then after 75 minutes, you'll be able to open the box and then use the picture for the second half of the challenge. Hopefully that makes sense. På svenska så första halvan, 75 minuter, får man inte öppna lådan. Så man måste göra det blind utan bilden. Och sen efter 75 minuter kan man öppna lådan och kolla på bilden. Okay, so I think we are ready. So let's do a countdown in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm quite jealous here because I actually love mystery puzzles.
Oh, sorry, just got someone joining. Let me in quickly. Hi Miriam, we've just started. If you want to open your box. So Miriam, you have 75 minutes without opening the box and seeing the picture. So the first 75 minutes starting now is blind without the picture. So you can go ahead and start. Sorry, Amelia, back to you.
Yes. I'm so jealous because I love doing mystery puzzles, and I don't think I've ever seen them in a competition like this being used. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, I know EJJ have got one coming up. That was announced kind of recently, which I was excited because I get to do that as well. So is it something you ever do for training, or I think you've talked about it in your kind of videos?
Yeah, it's definitely one of the first trainings that I started to do already, I think like 2 years ago, and one of the basic trainings I often recommend for people I'm coaching, because it is you have to really focus on the pieces, and we have a lot of people whose style of doing the puzzle is mainly looking at the image. So it's a very good practice to just focus on the pieces and find matching pieces without knowing where they go. And also you have to kind of like think outside of the box, especially if the image is actually a little bit abstract.
Do you change the strategy? Is there a particular strategy you would use that for blind puzzles that is different if you had the image?
Oh, that's a good question, because I feel like the strategy itself obviously still depends on what pieces you're gonna see. You can maybe do sometimes, at least I'm looking at the pieces right now, I have absolutely no idea what is it going to be. I think the strategy is still sort of the same, so you kind of start with what is the easiest part. In this case, you cannot evaluate that from the image, so you have to evaluate that from the pieces, but most likely some color that pops out that is not too much. I may do edges a bit earlier if I don't have the image, because it usually gives me an idea if it's, for example, a scenario, which way does it go, and sometimes it might be also vertical, so you want to figure that out early on.
Yeah, I was thinking that the edge is probably even more important if you can't see the image, to get a feel for the kind of structure of the picture and what's going on, give you somewhere to start working if you don't have the image to go from.
Yeah, because usually some pieces, at least, I mean some pieces obviously connect to the edges. So if there's any pattern that you can see from the edge, at least you know kind of like right away where it goes without having the image.
Comment on the chat saying your sound's very echoey. It sounds absolutely fine to me, but
Interesting. Let me see if I pull out my laptop a little bit closer. Does that fix the issue possibly? If it does not fix it, just let me know in the chat. I will go and grab my headphones from upstairs. If nothing else, that should fix the issue.
cool. Thank you. Yeah, so I think with this one, we'll see fairly early. There's some fairly obvious blocks of colours. I think we'll see, people will see there's some sky to work on, and some other kind of big blocks of colours that are should be hopefully fairly easy to sort out.
Yeah, and actually one person here I'm really interested to see how he will do is Topias, because we know Topias for doing this and looking at the image. So now I'm kind of like excited to see what he will actually and now do. I think he will still do absolutely great, but it might feel a little bit weird when you don't have that one thing you usually do.
Yeah, no, I was definitely thinking the same. That's clearly one of his big strengths. So we'll see how he gets on without the picture there to help. Right, let's have a look at the first few people.
I'm gonna run real quick to get the headphone set, so that will hopefully help with the echo, because they're still saying it's still echoing. So
okay, great,
just
thank you.
1 second.
Just check it's nothing on my end. Okay, we've got the first few people on screen. We've got Anne-Louise, so starting with the edge. I think everyone here is starting with the edge, so Anne-Louise, Amelia, Freya, all kind of going well, getting that edge put together. Starting to see we can see where some of those blocks of colours are gonna join up. We've got some blue at the top, some red, purple corners, and then kind of brown along the bottom. Let's give Amelia a couple of minutes to come back.
Let's see if this works better.
Hi Amelia. Yeah, let us know in the chat, Graham, if that's sounding better. Thanks for your help. Okay. So on screen we've got Anne-Louise, we've got Amelia and Freya all working on the edge, so we can start to see that border coming together, and where some of those kind of blocks of colours again to sit.
Yeah, I'm getting the idea here that it has to be, they have to have some kind of idea what the image might be, or some kind of idea, because they all put the blue row of pieces on the outside of the puzzle. So I don't think they all must be like, they cannot be all incorrect, and I think there's like a pattern that it must be something that they're already recognizing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And as it was a blind one, I didn't want to make it too difficult, so I wanted something that was fairly identifiable, not too abstract. Still the same. I wonder if it's something on my end. Let's drop that down a bit. I think it's been okay in the past. So who have we got? We've got Amelia. So exciting. worth Emilia Persson we've got on the screen. I'm pleased to say that you're going to be competing with at the Swedish National Championships. I think you mentioned that you tend to end up puzzling with other people called Emilia. So
Yes.
another pair of Emilias getting ready for the Swedish Championship.
Yes, that is super exciting. And yeah, it is indeed a little bit funny. I think we have a lot of Emilias in Finland in the puzzle community, and we could literally have a team of Emilias. For some odd reason, still haven't happened. But yes, now I'm very excited to join a Swedish Emilia for the Swedish Nationals.
And I know you've got. We can chat about what you've been doing at the moment a bit later on. But there are other, in terms of the nationals, you'll be at Sweden, presumably Finland. Any of the other national championships you've got your kind of sights on for next year?
Well, obviously there's also then the Nordic Championship. I've been once in the Danish Championship like 2 years ago, and I'm planning to go to that one again. And maybe the Norwegian Nationals as well, that I've been already twice. I'm gonna go to a lot of places, also Dutch Nationals, Belgium Nationals, and then there's like a lot of other options I'm still considering.
Yes, yeah. There's an awful. It's hard trying to decide which it's possible to make it to, and there's so many options and so many fun things.
Yeah, but it's really nice puzzle community, especially because I've been here already like for a couple years, so I know a lot of people. So like now I'm currently in Netherlands, but I'm staying with a friend from the puzzle community. So basically all you have to buy is the flights and get yourself there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Right. So let's take a look at some more people. So we have Frida. We have Hannah. And we have. I've lost you. Oh, there we go. So yeah, Frida there with the entire, looks like the entire frame done.
Yes, I was looking at the same, and it's like what I can see, it's literally finished completely. There's no missing edge.
No, that's looking very good place to start with. Looks like starting on that red kind of corner now. Like I say, there's some fairly kind of you probably see from the pieces here. There's some fairly clear colours. There's quite a lot of purple, so I can see that Ida's sorted out purple there. But there's quite a lot of that. It's probably the kind of the biggest sections of the purple sections. You can see Hannah again with most of that frame done and doing a sort out onto the tray. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how many people can do it, finish it within the first 75 minutes without seeing the image at all.
You know, this is interesting because obviously I know that you do know the image. So I'm trying to kind of like listen that maybe you're dropping some hints or saying something, you don't realize. Because I have no idea what the image is still.
No, I think probably if you do, you'd start to get a feel for what it is. I think it's not a spoiler to say that you'd see some sky. You've got a section of the sky with the blue at the top. So that's that's a potential starting point. And I think probably I'll see how long it takes you to spot what it is, but I think it's it won't be too long before you get a feeling for kind of what the image is. I did do it without the box when I was doing it, but obviously I'd seen the image, so it's not really a kind of fair representation of what it's like to do completely blind. So I think I did it in about an hour with having knowing what the image was, but not using the box to complete it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get at least a few people finishing before we reveal the box.
Yeah, it's also worth to mention because when a mystery puzzle you do like this, it really depends on the image of like how much longer it will take you than it would with the image, because there is also this type of images that you don't really need the image that much, so your time might be actually very similar. And then there is those images that you cannot even figure out which way the edges go, and you're just completely a mess.
Yeah, absolutely. I think doing something that's really busy, trying to do the cute kawaii chaos from the world's blind, that would be incredibly difficult. So you've got no clues as to where pieces sit within the entire picture.
Yeah, absolutely. My biggest problems, I think you get good insights when you do mystery puzzles. What I have figured out is that I don't, for example, understand when it's a vertical puzzle. I also don't understand some puzzles, sceneries that have like a reflection on the water.
Yeah.
I do not, for some odd reason, apparently my brain does not understand it without the image, but I have never really realized that because obviously I do puzzles with the image. So it's not hard for me at all, but when I had to do it, I just cannot mentally rotate it.
No, sure.
The kind of like a mirror effect of it.
Yeah, it makes you realise just how much you kind of depend on being able to glance up at the picture and how much you kind of memorise and remember from just those kind of quick glances.
Yes, definitely.
So Ida, bit of a different strategy. So it hasn't started with the frame. We've got that kind of that edge, but now working on that purple, that kind of large purple section, but looking really good there. So let's take a look at some other people. So last weekend, I know you were in at the Belgium 24-hour competition. So how was that? What was your experience like of that? I believe it was your first 24-hour competition.
I think it went surprisingly well. I mean, obviously, I love doing puzzles. I was a little bit worried about like 24 hours is a bit crazy. We had 8 people in our team, so basically, everybody had like a 3-hour slot to sleep, which is not much sleep, but I wasn't even tired at all.
I was going to ask, did you actually manage to sleep? I can't
No.
imagine being able to go to sleep in the middle of that, being
No, I actually have like a sleeping tracker attached to me, so I actually know that I did not sleep between the Saturday Sunday night. My only mistake this is such a rookie mistake, but I for some odd reason when I took a flight to Belgium, I decided to take like a flight that I needed to wake up 4 a.m. So before my first time to sleep, that I then didn't even end up sleeping in the event itself, I've already been awake for more than 24 hours. So for me, it was like more like 36 hours awake, which is pretty insane.
Not the easiest way to start the competition.
No, but it wasn't that bad. There was a lot of music. I was kind of on the night shift, so to say, because I'm used to going quite late to sleep anyway. So I puzzled until like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., something like that. It was also the night when we changed the clocks to winter time, so that was also very confusing. But it was super fun. Came back a couple hours later, and there we were, and we actually ended up on the third place. So that was super fun, and we were actually so there was this one 2,000 piece puzzle that everybody was doing literally on that like 2 to 3 a.m. and we were actually the fastest team with that specific puzzles. It's one of those Jan van Hasteren like a ice skating ring, horrible puzzle, but I was super happy that we were actually fastest one in literally in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I was going to ask about the kind of puzzle choice, because I think there are a few Jan van Hasterens or a few from the Jumbo brand anyway?
Yeah, mainly Jan van Haster. We have like literally the impossible puzzles from them, like just like a ghost with eyes or like sheep, literally just sheep. So and then the more basic Jan van Haster, which are like I would almost say like plain. They usually have some color block on the top of the puzzle. But especially when I was actually surprised, this is probably because I didn't really look into where did I sign up. So I didn't know we're gonna have 2,000 piece puzzles. And 2,000 piece puzzle, even with the team, is completely different thing than doing 500s and thousands.
Absolutely. So how
So yeah.
how long did that take you? The middle of the night 2,000 piece.
That's actually that's only puzzle that all of us actually did at one point. So that must have taken more than 4 hours then, I guess.
Wow. Okay.
So I mean that's a long time to do any puzzle,
Yeah.
especially at the team. And it's and when Huster is more, I feel like pick and place.
Yes. Yeah.
And when you have the whole team doing that, and you cannot sort those puzzles. There is no colors, there is no patterns. It's just those little characters all over. So yeah, but it was definitely a challenge, and I definitely did enjoy it a lot.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Very tempted to try and get to one of those. They do look a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's see who we've got on screen. We've got Karin working on I think on that purple section. Some of those edge sections in place. Got some piles sorted to the side. We've got a yellow pile, some kind of red piles there. But yeah, now working on those kind of purple sections. Carolina with the most of that edge done, and then I think that kind of red corner, we've seen quite a few people go for that. I think those kind of colours stand out. They're quite distinctive. There's not many pieces that have that kind of colour in there.
Yeah, I can definitely see people are exactly edges and then the corners. Everybody seems to be doing. And then there seems to be some kind of like I'm not sure what color is that, beige, or is it more like a white area that a lot of people are working in addition to that?
Yeah, it's beige, so you'll see it's actually kind of cobblestones.
Okay.
So again, those are fairly easy to kind of pull out with those kind of beigey colours at the bottom.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of the kind of perspective of the picture comes in quite important as well. You can kind of tell quite a lot from where the pieces are placed by their kind of perspective once you get some of the sections in place as well.
Yeah, I recently did one mystery puzzle, and it had a red car in it, and then I had like this blue thing that I was trying to also. I thought it's also another car. I kept like turning it, which way does it go, and then in the end I realized it's a door.
Okay, yeah.
But you do understand a door has also like the window usually, so I thought it's like a car window, and then there's the handle, to open the car door, but almost.
Yeah. No, that happens, doesn't it? You kind of sure you built a section in the right orientation, and then you realise it's go somewhere else, or it's the wrong way around, and we've been playing around with it for a while. We also have Kotta on screen. The camera's slightly doing something slightly odd, so we can't quite see. But yeah, some of those sections coming together. We've got a purple section, and some of those edge sections again. So just over 20 minutes.
I would say people have pretty good progress for if only 20 minutes are in, because if is this a 500 piece puzzle?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so in 500 piece puzzle we have like what, 86 edge pieces. That's quite a big portion of the puzzle actually, if you count it in percentage. So
no, definitely. And looking around, I think most people are. Well, a lot of people certainly have got the entire frame done now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think like we said, I think with it being blind, having the frame done is a big advantage, just in terms of getting the structure and seeing kind of having something to connect the other parts of the puzzle to.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this on Maria's screen I can actually see much better now the image because of I think different kind of light. Also on Lisa's over there. Yeah. I actually like the bright colors. They look much brighter now.
Yes, yeah, they are kind of. It's funny how different the colours can look on different people's cameras, but they
Yeah.
are kind of really bright. Those purples and the blue and that kind of section at the bottom. They are bright and hopefully fairly easy to sort out. Yeah, Lisa's going really well there. I think those seeing the same few kind of sections started, those purple corners, that red corner, seems to be very very popular with people. And so yeah, the weekend coming, another marathon.
Yes, there is another 10-hour marathon this weekend.
Again in is it Belgium or Holland?
It's in Belgium as well. Now this is may sound a little bit crazy. So there's a 10-hour marathon. I have a team for that, and that's what we're going for. We just had a crazy idea today that they at the same time on the same day they also have a 6-hour marathon. So we thought we could do it in parallel. So the people who are on the break could go and do that 6-hour marathon while we're still trying to win the 10-hour marathon at the same time.
I think that would work. That seems yeah. You don't really need a break, do you? Why not spend the breaks doing another puzzle marathon?
Yeah, I mean, who needs breaks anyway? You can, I mean, it's a puzzle break from a puzzle.
Well, absolutely. Is it in the same or being organised by the same people or nearby?
Yes. And I think why we also want to do it in our breaks that we are actually aim. We have pretty good team, so we're aiming to win the 10-hour marathon. So we also don't want to go like all in for the 6 hours. We're just like because we're obsessed people and we just want to puzzle all the time, and we have more than 4 people that can actually do the puzzle at the same time. So we just thought why not, but of course we don't want to win the 6 hour because that's for more like beginner level. So even if we're participating that, if we got a permission, then we don't want to win that. So even if we would be the first ones, the prizes are not for us on that category for sure.
No, that seems seems fair. Let some other people win the 6 hour. Do you know what brands the 10 hour is using? Have they is it sponsored or is it a complete surprise?
That's actually a good question. As you can see, I just signed up the things without actually knowing anything about them. But I was there, so they had the same event when there was the Belgium Championship in March, I think. And I didn't participate, but I went to look before I had my flight, and I think they had Cherry Potsy at least and some other brands as well. I'm not sure if it's sponsored or are the organizers just getting those puzzles. But at least should not be Jan van Hasteren, I hope.
No, hopefully not. Yeah, something a bit different.
Yeah, something different sounds good.
What do you think? What do you have kind of favourite? What brands do you think work well for kind of marathons and team puzzling?
I mean, I don't know. I like all puzzles. I would say one of my favorite brands is probably Smith. What else do I? Then I feel like these puzzles you don't see here too often. It's like a Gallism puzzle, but it's a mud puppy. So I think it's owned by Gallism, but I don't think you see those puzzles too often, and I don't think they've ever been. Actually, one EJJ may have had one mud puppy. Yeah. But I really like those puzzles. But yeah, for
They have
teams.
slightly bigger pieces than standard, don't they?
Yeah, but for teams, I don't know. I don't personally really have a preference. At least this point, my only wish is not for Jan van Hasteren and no more Frida puzzles, because I did one in Trier, then I did next one on the European Championship, and then I did another one in the Worlds, and I'm done with those.
That does seem to be a bit of a theme at the moment, doesn't it? Those
Yeah.
And so I mean, how was your experience of the Worlds? Were you happy with how it went?
Yeah, I was actually really happy. I had a better placements than last year, and that is that is just good because the level is getting higher and higher all the time. I really like the event. I did like the puzzles, even the classification rounds. And yeah, it was so nice to see people. Maybe this was a little bit different, and not to throw anybody under a bus except my husband, but this was my first year traveling without my husband. So I actually had much more time to hang out with different people and talk to more people. And that was quite important at this point, because you also start knowing so much people, and you just want to give your time to everybody, and you want to go to dinner with different people every night and everything. And so that was also quite nice, just a socializing part of the event.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, is I think that kind of it's such an important part of these events, getting to know people and getting to meet people. And the event in Trier was fantastic to meet all of these names that I've seen on the EJJs, and just to finally put faces to names and to meet people and say hello just makes such a lot of difference.
Yeah, that is definitely true. That is also something that always happens, that even here, like, I'm having a bit hard time because I've been in Sweden, like, I think 4 times right now, like in puzzle competition for the last 2 years. And I kind of know the Swedish puzzlers, but a lot of times I don't remember people's names. So I kind of see their faces, or I recognize their Instagram handle or something like that. So sometimes it just doesn't connect, but when you actually have these events, you're like, oh, you're that person that I've talking about this, and you always do these kind of puzzles, and you almost recognize people's hands better than their face.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so look who we've got on screen. We've got Marina, looking good. She's got that kind of sky section in the middle done there. Most of the frame, again, those purple and red sections that we've seen, I think, nearly everyone do. And then now, working on those kind of cobblestones at the bottom. Okay, they're looking at trying to get a feel for what the picture is.
Yeah, I was looking if it's like a pink building or what it is, but yeah.
Yeah, I think Michelle's going really well. She's done a section that we haven't seen anyone else do, that section on the
Exactly.
on
Thanks
the
for
right-hand side.
Michelle.
Yeah, so we can see some arches there, and going really well. Again, a section that's fairly distinctive in terms of pulling those pieces out, and now working on that purple section. And we have Miriam. Frame pretty much done, and those corners, the purple, red, all those corners kind of. And I think from that you kind of see that perspective. You see you can see that perspective is kind of coming in from those corners. And like I said, that's a really useful thing to be able to use in terms of working out where pieces go in the picture. So do you have a feel for kind of what the image is now? Can you kind of visualize what we're looking at?
I mean, my guess would be that it's like obviously more like a scenery with some buildings. I'm trying to think some location that has like very colorful buildings like that, but I cannot. It's probably some location we should know, right? Like not necessarily like a specific location, but like a country.
I mean it's there's lots of puzzles of this particular
Yeah,
place.
exactly. That's what I'm like going for.
It's a very very popular kind of puzzle puzzle.
I'm trying to get the clue of those, like you can see on Michelle's puzzle because she did the whole pink thing, so you can see this shape of the either doors or just of the building. So I'm trying to figure it out, but now I cannot. I'm like blanking out, and also like couple. Oh yeah, it's a place.
It's a place. It's a place. It's definitely a place. Don't want to give too much away, but it's definitely a place. Right, let's see the last few people, and then we can get a feel for who's winning. So, do we look at Sabine? No. So we get Sabine, Sana. A couple of people up. So yeah, very very similar strategies here again. Got Sabine working on with that kind of paving done, the corners, the full frame. That's good. Yeah, good picture. And then from Sana's we can see the kind of top view. Really nice angle there. So again, we see that kind of right hand section that Michelle had done. Looking very good, and some kind of some sections put together there. You can see the kind of vertical lines as well. So those sections are kind of quite nice to put together as well. They make it I think that'll come together nicely.
I'm still thinking, what is this place? Is this in Portugal? No.
No, I don't believe it's Portugal. I believe it is Italy.
Okay, yeah, that would have been my next guess, because I was about to say that this is either like Porto or Lisbon in Portugal, or is this even Burano in Italy?
It is.
That would have been my next guess. I literally have that written on my screen. I started like, what could this be? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's quite a few puzzles of the same kind of this particular street. It's very popular kind of puzzle motif. But I think it makes for kind of quite a nice one to do as a mystery one, because you get those kind of really nice, clear, kind of colourful blocks.
Yeah.
And with a bit of sky, bit of paving, and then these kind of colourful houses at the side. So Tobias looking good. Even without the image to look at, we've got that kind of top section done, that right hand building that Michelle had done as well, and now working on that kind of sky section. And then Civ with lots of islands. Got some sky sections, the corners, some of those purple houses. All ready to come together. So what we are on, just coming up to 37 minutes. So let's take a look at who might be some of the front runners. Let's take a look at Amelia.
That's looking pretty good, yeah.
And maybe Ida. Amelia going really well there. And I think Ida both in a very similar kind of position, but Amelia with those kind of that blue vertical sections in place.
Yeah, what I think we can see the other Amelia is doing there is like you can see the hands moving all the time, and he's actually working on a lot of areas. And for example, the fact that she actually haven't done the pink building that we saw some other people doing, so we could expect that that's not going to be hard for her. So considering how well she's doing every other area and that's still not done, I don't think there will be like a moment where she kind of like slows down. I think she's going to be really fast all the way to the finish.
Yeah, no, definitely. She's doing amazingly. And some of those vertical sections as well, they're fairly those are fairly quick as well, because they're, you've got maybe 5 or 6 kind of vertical sections, which are just a few pieces, but they kind of all, they're fairly easy to pick out, fairly easy to kind of join together. So, yeah, looking really good. Let's take a look at Freya as well, see how Freya's getting on. I can imagine she's going along well as well. She's been putting in some excellent performances in the EJJs. Yeah, looking really good. Fairly similar position to Ida and Amelia, I would say. Maybe even slightly further ahead.
Yeah, I think maybe a little bit.
So I guess maybe this is potentially without the picture, when you kind of need to, maybe if you had the picture, there'd be a bit more pick and place when you get down some of these sections. Maybe it's a bit more a challenge at this point, not having picture, because it's not kind of not as clear where these pieces go as when you're working on on some of the colourful sections.
Yeah, I also like where Amelia placed her. She has this one island of like, it's a little bit turquoise or green, not sure about the exact color. But it's placed on top of the puzzle, but on somewhere where it's contrast, so you can also see it. But that's very easy to slide almost to any direction when she figures out where it actually goes.
You're not someone who avoids putting pieces on top of the puzzle at any cost, or I know some people find it incredibly annoying and will kind of never do whatever's going on with the puzzle, but you don't.
I mean, you shouldn't necessarily do it. Yeah, it's a kind of bad habit. If you do it, there needs to be like a clear reason for it, because the pieces get lost if you put them on top of your puzzle. But I think that's different because it's clearly an island. You don't lose an island on top of your puzzle. That doesn't happen. And then there's of course like exceptions. For example, I sometimes, when I have like the very last pieces, I just want them as close as possible to the area that is left. So then I may just put everything on top. Like, I use my both hands, so I'm still working with my right hand, and I'm just picking up all the pieces like closer to me, and usually that's on top of the puzzle. So.
Yeah, that was a very exciting point, watching the final from the Worlds on the screen, where no one really realised that Victor had a load of black pieces on top of the. Everyone thought he had a couple of pieces to go in, and suddenly realised he had like 10, 15 black pieces just sitting on top of the puzzle, which made that final very exciting.
Yeah, I lost today a piece. I was doing this Ponymals puzzle, and I thought I lost a piece, but yes, it was on top of the puzzle. So
Freya coming on really strongly. Ida as well. Hannah also looking really good. Let's check back in with Tobias. Yeah, also looking good. Some of those kind of vertical sections now that we saw Amelia working on. I think it's probably people really getting a feel for for what the image is and how those kind of sections fit together now.
Yeah, what I would actually want to see here a little bit more, that I so far haven't seen anybody doing, is just to have a little bit more putting just pieces together. Everybody has this, I call this the grid solve style. So everybody's putting pieces literally inside the puzzle. So they pick up a piece, they want to put it somewhere that it connects already inside, but you could just put like random pieces together and focus on that as well.
Okay. That's interesting. Is that a general tip that you think makes a big difference to kind of speed, and that isn't kind of properly used?
Yes, I think that's something I advise a lot of times. Of course, it's never about like, is grid solve better, or is it better just put random pieces together? But you kind of, if you want to be really, really speedy, you kind of need to have all of those skills. And because it just makes sense to do a lot of things, because we can actually see a lot of times that pieces go together, but if we're too stubborn that we only want to put pieces inside connecting already some, we're gonna lose all that momentum and those opportunities that we could have just connect those pieces and that's it, move on.
No, that's an interesting tip. I'm thinking now about whether I do that, and yeah, I don't think I really do. I think I'm always looking to either working on kind of bigger islands or connecting things to already there. So I'll have to I'll have to keep that in mind next time I'm doing something.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes you just go pull out the next pieces for your next area, and randomly, if you just see two pieces, you were not the ones you were looking for, but if you just happen to see them there, just put them together and continue what you were doing, because otherwise you can kind of do double work if you do it later, because you already saw it earlier. You could have done it there.
I think that I tend to try and rein in that chaotic side of me. I quite often I'm working on a section and I'll just see something that I know where it goes and just get distracted from that and stop working on the section that I decided that I was going to try and complete.
Yeah, I think for speed you need to be a little bit chaotic. I always say this to people I coach, that the only thing that is organized is basically your space management, but actually doing the puzzle can be a little bit chaotic. Something people are almost like worried that, oh my god, I'm so like distracted and chaotic, but it's not actually a bad thing necessarily. Because if you see people who do really fast puzzles, they literally just pull out every piece that looks somewhat familiar to them and just put it there.
Yeah, no, it's good to know that my kind of chaotic style is not necessarily a bad thing in itself.
No, definitely not. If you stress about it, then probably the stress that you experience is actually the factor that is maybe slowing you down a little bit, but not exactly the fact that you're being chaotic.
So I guess the coaching side of things, is that a side of it, things that you're really enjoying at the moment, being able to kind of work with coaching and helping people develop?
Yeah, I think I would say I actually enjoy coaching the most over competing or just doing puzzles myself or doing puzzle content. It's something that I used to do because I have a sports background, so it's kind of like a kind of something I lost, and then I found it again with puzzles that I can do it with this one as well, and I really enjoy it. It's so nice to see people develop, but also when they have like these aha moments, and kind of like find their strengths and weaknesses that they can actually work on. I absolutely hate when people keep saying that, oh, maybe I just don't have like the skills to like that you're born with, and I'm like, no, you can actually learn a lot of things if you just put the time and effort to it. Sometimes you just need to also know how to do it. But
yeah, absolutely. I think there's quite a few people have shown that you should put the work in, just keep working at it, learn these strategies. It's you can the it's not the natural talent, it's the hard work that will get you to those kind of really fast times.
yeah, and it's really amazing. I can give like a little bit of sneak peek of my upcoming content. I kind of said I will keep this as a secret, but maybe I will reveal it here. So I recently was challenged to another mind sport, and I absolutely had no idea what am I doing. I got a coach, and it was the first 30 minutes. And I got a huge progress. So I'm actually now doing speed cubing as well.
Sorry to interrupt. I'll just
With the Rubik's cube, and we're trying to go for speed.
Freya. We just had our first finish here. Well done,
Ooh,
Freya.
oh my god!
Fantastic. 47 minutes and 32 seconds. That is an amazing time without the.
And now we can see the image as well. So yes, thank you.
Yeah, so fairly familiar scene, but amazing, fantastic work, Freya.
Yeah, that's amazing. That makes so much more sense now when you actually see it.
I'll just unpin you for a second. We'll just see what else is going on, and maybe
Yeah.
if you're around for chat, Freya, that'd be great to talk to you. Let's bring up Tobias. Looking really good. I think Ida's maybe in the lead for second place. Got some of those purple sections to go. Hannah also looking really good.
Yeah, I'm really excited to hear from the people who finished that what was the moment when they realized that like this is it.
Yeah, interesting to hear you talk about the cubing. I've got a nephew who's an absolute fanatic with it. Yeah, he's goes around and competes with it and does the SM and things in all different categories and stuff. It's fascinating kind of skill. Watching him do it in seconds.
Yeah.
Is it something you do? Is it something you train at and have got to a good level at?
I mean, wait a second. Sorry, I'm having a. Sorry, my internet is. Can you still hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
1 second. Sorry, my internet for some odd reason tried to cut. What did you ask me?
You were talking about training for cubing as well.
Yeah.
And kind of, do you? Is it something you train at as well? And have you something you're at good level at as well?
So it was basically completely new. I have solved Rubik's Cube once, like 15 years ago, and I was challenged to this by a coach who does speed cubing. And I was like, that's not gonna happen because I cannot understand anything about the cube. And we had a coaching session for me. He's coaching me. It was like 30 minutes, and I learned how to solve it halfway. And now I can solve it to the halfway like under 40 seconds or so. So this is my great example that I was like, I don't have skills, so I have absolutely know what I'm doing, but I had a little bit of coaching, and I'm like, it all makes sense. And I got such a good. We have another one.
Fantastic. Well done.
Ida just finished.
50 minutes 35. Fantastic work.
I love the thumbs up. That's a great addition to this competition today.
Okay, let's see who's going to get third place. It looks like probably Amelia.
Yeah, that's going to be ready in like 10 seconds. I don't know. Maybe it's more. I'm really bad at evaluating how many pieces are left.
And then maybe we'll have a chat with some of the finishers. Yeah, just a few of those bricks. How about Shell going well as well. Last 5 or 6 pieces.
Yeah.
In they go.
Yeah.
51 minutes 34. Fantastic work, Amelia. Well done.
Those are great times for a puzzle that you don't have the image for.
Really, really amazing. Let's bring up Michelle. Okay, Freya, first place. If you're around and would like to chat, that'd be great to talk to you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was an amazing time. 47:30, under 50 seconds for a blind puzzle. That's amazing.
Yeah. And there was a lot of false fits as well, which was hard when you didn't have the box.
So is this is it something you've done before? Is it something you do for practice, or was it a new?
No, but I'm just really bad at looking at the box anyway. So
Okay.
So I never look at it more than just in the beginning to get the come up where things are.
Okay. And
but it's easy to sort, to like focus on one section at a time because it's very different colors. Even though some colors repeat itself, I think there's like 3 blue buildings and like 2 or 3 red ones. But you could follow the lines, so that was good.
Yeah, the lines are very definitely very helpful in the perspective on the buildings too.
Yes, and I'm really bad with lines, so it was good practice.
What was the moment that you realized what the image is, more or less?
Oh, I don't think I realized it until it was finished.
So you're literally just focusing on the color blocks,
Yes.
just finish the puzzle and figure it out later.
Yes, I mean, I realized it was the sky in the middle, and it was buildings on the sides, and then the street in the middle. But I didn't really look at the whole thing. I just focused on different sections and filled in the gaps.
Just about to get a few more finishes. I think Hannah taking 4th place probably.
Oh, yep.
Fantastic
Thumbs
work,
up.
Hannah. 53 minutes, still under 55 minutes. Amazing.
And Michelle and Tobias looks very similar.
Yeah, very, very close together.
Go, 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 go.
Fantastic work.
It's actually very interesting to see now these two because they have very different pieces missing on the puzzle. We're working on very different areas.
Michelle saved the blue ones, and Tobias have
It's going to be very
maybe
close.
blue.
Tobias.
Oh yeah. Tobias is ready. And Michelle is coming right after.
Michelle.
Yes.
Oh, 7 seconds between you. Fantastic work. 54, 32 and 39. Amazing. Yeah, I thought I was hoping we'd have some people finishing without the image, but didn't expect this many people coming in under an hour. Fantastic.
Did you try it without the box as well?
I did, but I'd obviously seen the image, so it's I knew what I was doing. I think it was possibly just over an hour. I think it was my time. But yeah, it's very I think very different when you have no clue what you're building.
Yeah.
So just bringing up a few more people, seeing who might be finishing soon. Yeah, so Freya, now that we're seeing the kind of schedule coming out for the national championships next year, we've got Sweden and the other kind of Nordic countries. Is it starting to get excited for next year?
Yes, it's gonna be fun. I was in the Danish one last year, but this year it's the same weekend as Vasaloppet and my birthday, so I haven't really decided my priorities there yet.
So okay, is Vasaloppet, is that something you often do?
And not the real one, but I've done like the smaller ones in the week before.
Okay.
And my sister is doing the one in the weekend during the night. So yeah, we'll see if I've been or in Denmark.
Emilia, are you familiar with Vasaloppet?
No.
So this is the cross country skiing kind of mass participation 90 kilometer cross country skiing event race. And then
cool.
There's a whole week. So Freya, I think there's like a half one and a 30 or 45k. So it's very big event over here.
And last year we were there with my family, and I think it was 2 weeks before Swedish nationals, and I was doing pairs with my sister at Swedish championship. So that week we were skiing during the days and puzzling during the nights. So it was a good boot camp.
Brilliant. Well done, Frida.
Oh.
Fantastic work.
Wow. Yep.
Another finish under now. 57 minutes. Fantastic work. Sorry, just going to have a look around, see who to bring up. Yeah, so some tough decisions: skiing or puzzling for at the end of it's the end of February, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, no, it'd be fun to. I'm hoping to get to the Danish and Finnish championships as well. Be fun
Yeah,
to,
and I've never been to Finland, so maybe it's time to go.
No, me neither. I think that was for me. That was a good excuse to get over to Finland and yeah.
That is so funny because I feel like every Finnish person ever has been in Sweden, but Swedish people don't really like acknowledge even our existence. Like it doesn't work the both ways.
Yeah, but my afterwards I went to Mallorca and for my cousin's wedding, and he was marrying a Finnish girl. So there were a lot of Finnish people, and it was really nice. So now I have Finnish people in the family. So
All right. That's good.
Fantastic, yeah. And Freya, I see you've been putting some really good times on the EJJs as well. Been competing in most of those and seeing some very good times.
yeah, and they also have an unboxed one version in December, so it's going to be fun to
Yeah,
see.
I'm looking forward to that. I think that came out after I decided to do this, so I was a bit jealous that I wouldn't get to do the one today. So I was very happy when they announced that and thought, oh God, yeah, have a chance to see just how tricky it is.
Yes, and Michelle get to do one today, so that was nice.
Yes, yeah. Cool, fantastic. Well, yeah, congratulations, Freya. Thanks for staying, and hope to see you again.
Thank you.
Again soon. Thank you.
Great competition.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, just have a brief look round. So we've got Sana, Siv, and Maria. We can only see that top section, but from the pizzas of the at the sides, looks like they're kind of in a similar position. So second place we had Ida. So if you're there and would like to say hello, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Ida. Yeah, how did you find today's challenge?
It was fun. Quite difficult actually. I think I made a mistake not putting the frame together first, because everything turned out to be upside down, and I had to move around the big sections. I got lost there, I think, a bit.
Yeah, I don't think it has didn't seem to make a big impact on your time. 50 minutes for a blind puzzle is incredible.
No, but like I said, I don't use the box so much. I kind of look at it to begin with, and then mainly focus on the pieces and the colors and sections. So it was all right. It was fun to blind puzzle. I've never done this before, except for those, Basky jigsaw puzzles where you don't puzzle the image, you puzzle what happens in the future or something.
Yes, yeah.
It was fun. The image, I didn't really see it until after when I was done. So now I can admire the view of Urano.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting to hear both you and you and Freya say the same thing, that you didn't really know what the picture was until you'd finished. I kind of I don't know. I think I maybe assumed that it would become quite obvious, and that would play a part in quite a big part in being able to do it. But it sounds like that was it really wasn't knowing what the image it wasn't really a big.
It didn't really help me. At least no.
Do you prefer? Do you like more these kind of images in general, or?
No, but this is rather busy. I like busy puzzles. But with the blue buildings and the sky, and then not seeing what it was. Like I didn't like Fran said, she saw the lines. I didn't see them. I like when the sections are small, like 10 pieces or something, and then you put them together. Like you said, Emilia, the chaotic thing, you just put two pieces together, you don't know what it is, but they connect, and then it gives you at least one piece less. But it becomes really chaotic, and then moving around stuff, and a table that's big enough or large enough for that, it's tricky.
just say to everyone, just over an hour, so you've got maybe 15 minutes before you can open the wrapping and look at the picture. Yep. So in terms of plans, Swedish Championships, of course. Any of the other kind of championships next year taking that you think you might try and get to?
I don't know. You said something about the Nordic Championships, Emilia. Is that like a tradition now? Will this take place again, or?
Yeah, I think it already has a date as well.
Okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw definitely somebody had it listed. But yeah, I think it's gonna be like a annual thing that I'm not sure how the associations are gonna split it. Is it always in Sweden? Are they gonna change like who is the responsible association? But I think it's quite fun, and it's also kind of something unique that the Nordic countries can do, and no one else can.
Brings us together, like you
Yeah.
said, Finland, Norway, Denmark, and yeah. So no, the Swedish nationals. That's the plan. Apart from that, I don't know. We'll see.
So is it? I take it was it the Swedish organisation who organised it this year, and then maybe one of the other committees can take over for next year. But it would be great to see it continue.
It would.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, fantastic. Well done, Ida. 50 minutes, fantastic work.
Thank you.
And yeah, thanks
Good
for
competition.
joining. Yeah, hope to see you again soon.
Yeah. See you. Thank you.
Cheers, thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think about the Finnish very, very soon. Sanna over there, just few pieces, I
I
think.
think she's got that.
Up.
She's got those cobblestones that are the same colour as the table.
Oh yeah. Ah, true that. I didn't even think about it. Oh yeah. Now I see it.
So yeah, about 10 minutes. See how many finishes we can get before we open up the box. People have done amazingly well. I mean, I thought doing it blind would be kind of a much bigger challenge than maybe it has been. But yeah, people getting some fantastic times, and I think we'll see a good few more finishes before we do the reveal.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm also kind of like questioning is everybody who is about to finish or getting closer, do they even bother to actually open the box at this point?
Yeah, or do you leave it and take the glory for doing it blind?
Yeah.
We've got a few people here that are definitely gonna finish. Just looking around a bit. Yeah, I think this is probably the next three finishers. Should we have a chat to the other Emilia, if you're still there, Emilia?
I am.
Hi. Emilia. Glad to kind of connect you. So Emilia will be competing at the Swedish Championships, both in pairs and as part of the team. So yeah, fantastic. I know the last competition, Emilia, you were saying you were looking for people to compete with. So yeah, I'm glad that's all sorted out.
Yeah, it will be very funny, and of course it's kind of a privilege to pair up with you, Emilia. I've seen you on YouTube, and it's very exciting. And also with you, Robert, to have to be in your team.
Yeah, we're gonna have a great team, and I'm super excited to pair up with you because I only heard good things. Oh yeah, Sana is ready as well. Finally. Good catch.
Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a great team. We're gonna have a great time, and I'm just super excited because I've only heard good. And you know, if you're named Emilia, you can only be an awesome person, in my opinion. So we're gonna be great, and we may need to get some nicknames because there's gonna be a lot of like, especially in team. Emilia, can you do this? And both of us will be like, yes.
We come up with something.
Do either of you have a nickname already that we could use to make things easier?
No, I don't think so. Sorry, I don't know. Is there? Although is Emilia, because I pronounce my name the English way, is the Swedish way a little bit different?
Emilia, no, not that different. But in my childhood, all my family friends called me Milla. So maybe we have that in, so we can use maybe.
Yeah, that works. We also with my old pair for the worlds, we actually use our last names, and that also works quite well. But that might be also a little bit more Finnish thing because we got armies, so.
Yeah. So Amelia, how did you find doing the blind challenge? Is that something you've done before?
I've never done it before, but I actually saw one of your videos, Emilia, like some days ago, and I was thinking, maybe we get this on Thursday, and I was thinking I should get some of my family or friends to buy me puzzles and then hide the box, and then I can build them and not seeing it. So I didn't have the time to practice that, but it was very fun. When I first opened the bag, I was like, okay, I think it's buildings. So I had a clue about what it was. But when I started with the frame, I had some issues with the purple. Like, I thought it was purple at 2 places and maybe bricks in 2 places. So I failed with the frame. But then along the way, it was getting good.
Well done, Maria. Another finisher, Maria. Just before, we've got 5 minutes now left until the 75 minutes. So yeah, well done, Maria, for finishing with inside the blind period. And so yeah, so you recognised it as buildings, but did you think much about what the picture was when you were doing it, or did that not play much of a part after you realised?
I was mostly thinking that there's a lot of colors and I can just build the colors and then see how it turns out. So yeah, and then the sky, and I there was both the sky and the blue house, and that got me tricked. I thought it was a bigger sky than it actually was. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. The cobblestone was one of the easier part, I would say.
Was that one of the last bits? No, I think you had that in place fairly early, and then it was those kind of houses at the sides that were last.
Yeah, I did the bricks last.
Oh, the brick. Okay, yeah. Okay, I think we're going to get a couple more people finishing before the 75 minutes are up. Looking really good.
Emilia, are you usually more of a person, like if you would have the image, would you still look at more at the pieces or would you look more at the image?
When I just open a box, I try to scan the picture and see oh, there I have this and there is that. But then when I puzzle, I usually do not look at the picture that much. If I get stuck, I turn up for 1 second and try to scan it again, and then I just moving on with just looking at the pieces. So yeah, mostly pieces. And you?
Well, I used to look at a lot of the image, but nowadays I'm also a person who just looks at the pieces. But yeah, I was kind of expecting that this works quite well for people who naturally just look at the pieces more, because there is a different, an opposite kind of practice for those people, and this as a practice, obviously now we're in competition, but as a practice, this works better for those who tend to look too much on the image. But yeah, both have their sides. I think you also still need to use both skills, because nowadays that I look more at the pieces, I often end up in a situation where especially if my friend is looking from the side, they're like, just look at the image and you will figure out where that goes. And I'm like, no, let me just puzzle.
Just keeping an eye on, Miriam and Siv.
Yeah,
Very
that's
close,
gonna be
close to finishing.
very, very close. Doo-dum, doo-dum.
And
We need the
Miriam
drum
as well,
rolls.
We've got lots of people coming up to, very close to each other. Not quite sure who to have on screen.
Oh yeah, there's thumbs up over there.
Yeah, Karin.
Karin, we always we
Your time
we
is
got
up,
ya.
don't worry. Siv,
Oh, yeah.
fantastic.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Whoop, whoop.
I think we've got lots of people coming into the close now. Anne Louise also done. Fantastic work. Let's bring up Marina. I think Miriam just about to finish.
So close, so close.
So close.
Yes.
Brilliant. Well done, Miriam. Fantastic.
Whoop, whoop.
30 seconds inside the line time limit. Fantastic work.
The order of this puzzle is very interesting because this is one of those puzzles you can do in many different orders and still it's the right choice. There's no like wrong choice. You can see people finishing with different sections here.
No, absolutely. And yeah, I think I chose it because I thought for a blind one it was not too busy, it'd be fairly simple or like relatively easy to kind of sort out some of those areas, and didn't feel like something that people get stuck on any sections for a long time. Okay, we're at 75 minutes, so anyone who would like to open their box and use the image, you may now do that.
I just want to know what brand it is, or am I supposed to actually know that already?
No, that's fine. The brand is Bluebird.
Oh, okay.
Well done, Lisa. Fantastic work. So I can share I'll share the picture on the live
I'm
stream.
actually very, very surprised because that to me doesn't feel like a Bluebird type of image, but what do I know?
I think
But Robert, do you know if it's the same piece cut as Treffle?
I don't think so.
Because I found the piece cut very satisfying, and it was very nice to work with.
I don't think it's the same as Treffle. I don't think it's it's never felt as kind of square. Treffle kind of always feels kind of very square to me.
Yeah, but there's also different qualities of Treffle. I automatically thought about the regular quality of them, but what about this actually might be a little bit similar to the quality they had in the Europeans. I think it was thicker than this though.
But the pusselparet, the Öland puzzle robot, do you know if that was a specific piece cut?
That was certainly Treffle.
Because I found this pretty similar to that. I just did the Öland puzzle in last week, so yeah, I found it very similar.
I'm not sure. Oh, sorry, I need to go back to the call on the stream. Yeah, I don't know. I need to go back and have another go now. Michelle saying Bluebird piece cut is the same as Pieces and Piece, Graphica, Alipson, and Hachette. So I think lots of those French. There's a kind of group of French brands who seem to kind of do have the same boxes and probably come from the same factory.
Maybe it was the same as Hachette. You had one from Hachette.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I think the second one with the kind of volcano and the.
Yeah, I did that one too. Okay, then it's that one that.
Yeah, so I think it's more
recognize it.
It's more similar to that one than Treffle maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Last few pieces for Marina. I don't see a box. Maybe she decided to do it without the box. I'm not quite sure. One more. Fantastic. Brilliant work. 118. Well done. Okay, yeah, amazing work. I think we've got four people left. Some brilliant work from everyone tonight. Amelia. So yeah, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a great time.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll be in touch again soon for some planning and I don't know. Where are you based, Amelia? I think you're kind of quite a way down south.
Yeah, I live in Ystad.
Oh right,
you know.
Yeah, it's about as far south as you can. No, it was
Closer to Denmark and Poland and Germany than Stockholm.
No, I was pleased to see someone's organising the first in-person competition that I've seen in Stockholm in a few weeks. So that'll be fun, but yeah, bit of a way to come from Easter.
Yeah, but we can keep in touch and then see if I don't have any plans, I can travel.
Cool.
No worries.
Fantastic. And then we'll have do some planning and hopefully get some time to meet up and practice a bit before the main event. Are you planning to go to the Danish Championships or Finland or?
It would be very fun to go to more than just Sweden. Hopefully Denmark, maybe Finland, Emilia. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, I know Cameron's planning to come to Denmark as well, so maybe we could, maybe that could be we could get the team together for that as well.
Yeah, that would actually work. That would be super nice. We need a team chat.
Yeah. We'll
Somebody organize.
Yeah. I think I've got everyone's. Numbers. So yeah, I'll set something up.
Yeah, awesome.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Cool. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Congratulations again, and we will speak very soon.
Yeah.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, cheers.
Thanks.
Bye.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice
right.
to have Denmark as another option, another chance to.
I mean, I'm all in for that.
Fantastic. I know Cam. Yeah, I was chatting to Cameron today, and he was very, very much up for coming to Denmark, and wanted to know if you were going to be there. So yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's good that we're planning here, and Cameron has nothing to say, but I assume just he's coming. So
Yes. Yeah.
he's stuck with the plan now.
Yeah, I know he's a bit torn over. He really wanted to come to Finland, but it's the same
Yeah.
weekend as the UK.
That is so sad because it was exactly the same situation I think last year.
I think it was
And
the same as Denmark last year, wasn't it? Finland and
No, it was also the Finnish. So it was all of them at the same time, and also the US one on the same weekend, because I really wanted to come for the UK Nationals, and now I'm gonna miss it again.
Oh, shame. Yeah, no, I think I would have gone to the UK as well, but I think Finland is. I think I'll go for Finland this year. Oh, we just lost Marlin. Hope she comes back on. Who we got? Sabine and Carolina coming. Yeah, not too many pieces left now. I can see Cameron's watching and saying we've got the team sorted for Denmark as well.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, Michelle saying all of those brands, Bluebird, Pieces and Peace, Hachette, Graphica, Alipson, all made in the all come from the same factory. So it's fairly common piece cuts.
Yeah, that's actually interesting because I feel like personally piece cut is one of the only things that I've never paid any attention. I've never really looked into it. It's something that has been for the last 2 years constantly asked for me in my coaching sessions. And I'm always like, I will get to it eventually. But for some odd reason, I just don't I do care for the shape, so I, for example, do puzzles completely upside down, but I don't necessarily care for the cut as in a overall. But that's very interesting that, yeah, Michelle has this information. It's very cool.
I think, yeah, I think it's interesting because the cuts that I think will be quick as well, and so trefoil, for example, it's not a cut I particularly enjoy. It's not something I would do for fun.
Yeah.
But for speed, I find it really. If it's not a design that has lots of false fits, I actually find it really quick. So I think my two fastest times for a while were both kind of trefoil.
Yeah, I always had my fastest time with trefoils, like always, since I started speedbuzzing, and I never had a problem with their false fits because I know they exist.
Yeah.
So I'm prepared for them. It's more if you have a brand and you think it's like a Ravensburger or something, and you kind of don't like double check yourself. But if you know that there's the chance, you pay a little bit more attention, then it's not a problem. But if it's like a surprise, then you, like I sometimes do false fits with Ravensburger these days, but it's just because I don't look until the end of putting the piece in. So that's just me, but yeah, definitely.
No, totally. And I did the EJJ earlier in the week and discovered that where those false fits are makes such a big difference. I had a couple that were kind of part of the tree, and it was so unclear that there was a false fit there.
Mm-hmm.
It took, I'd done lots of pieces around it and couldn't work out why nothing else would fit together before I actually realised there was this false fit in there.
Yeah, that's. Sometimes I've even said to some really fast speedbusters that it's almost like fine if you do a couple of false fits in, because if you don't do it, it means that it's taking away from your speediness also.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be a balance. So it's not completely a huge mistake if you sometimes put a false fit. It's if the reason is that because you were kind of like going too fast.
Yes, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that's gonna go in. It's just an island, I think, over there. Look.
Three last
At the top.
Fantastic. Well done, Sabine. Brilliant. 1 hour 25. So I did give people an extra half an hour, but I don't think we're necessarily going to need it. We did lose one person, Marlin. He hasn't rejoined. Maybe some technical issues there. And Caroline are going to be finishing within the next 30 seconds or so.
Yep. Yeah, that's the blue part.
There we go. Yeah. Hi, Marlin. Great to have you back. So we lost you. So good angle from up on the shelf.
Yeah.
So yeah, in terms of the kind of pairs and the teams, so is how important do you think it is to kind of to practice and to kind of know the people who you're puzzling with, or do you think if you're with the right people, it just kind of comes together as you do it? What's your kind of experience in that respect?
Oh, we have another finish. Carolina just finished. Whoop, whoop. Awesome. Yeah, pairs and teams. I think if you really are like competitive and you want to also practice together with your team and you really want to develop together as a team, of course you also develop as an individual. But yeah, it really helps that you know how the other people puzzle and where they may do mistakes, and also to kind of give the roles to everybody. But there is also sometimes just a situation that maybe just some people don't work too well as a pair because they're, for example, too similar. So we can see situations where basically we have let's say we have 4 people, and the fastest of the 4 are a pair, and then the other people are a pair. And actually the 2 fastest ones together are not faster than the other 2. Happens a lot of times, for example, when both are like super good and they're not kind of like willing to come to have like the meet in the midway. So they both want to, for example, start with the easy part. so it almost like clashes all the time. I feel like when I was pairs with Steffi this year, and she's actually faster than me, and I'm very happy to kind of like sacrifice. So I always do the harder parts. We did the Lupin's puzzle in the wells, and I literally just did the damn black part on the bottom, which is not fun, but it really works. And I think we were third, or yeah, not second. I think we were third on our round. So it just works for us. But if we would have both tried to do the sky first, we would have just collided massively. And also in the teams, you kind of have not everybody can do the same thing. I think that's the biggest problem a lot of times. And also because you want to, if you have the intuition that you know what the other person is doing without actually thinking about it or looking at them all the time, that actually really helps. And that only comes if you know the person very well or you practice with them a lot.
Is there something, for teams, is there something you kind of normally go towards? Is it like the edge, the frame, or the sky, or is it something that you kind of feel is your particular strength?
It really depends who am I teaming up with. Because sometimes I might, sometimes and also depends on the goals of the team. Because sometimes you can just go with the team and you just decide we just wanna have fun. Like when I went to the marathon, my only goal was like I'll choose. Everybody can choose first what they want to do, and I will just figure out what I do. But sometimes if we're very competitive, my first person who is the fastest of us, and that person kind of chooses what they want to work on. Sometimes it's me, sometimes it's somebody else. I also do like doing the etches though. So if nobody else wants to do etches, I'm very happy to do it. That's for sure. But as a role wise, I like to be kind of like the person who looks at like what everybody's doing. And for example, if two people are working on areas that already connect, I can be the person who kind of oversees that and be like, hey, you should like you should communicate over there.
Coaching role, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a natural for me, I guess. Or if I see somebody, and this is why I really like to puzzle with like very close friends, because I know also if they like their speed level. So I can be the somebody that you look like you're slowing down. Maybe you should switch. And it's also like, because if you know the person well, you can actually say that it's nothing into it. But if you just met a person, you don't probably say that, because it's like it's not a good social manner in a way. So yeah, it really depends who are you teaming up with.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I've only did the marathon in Trier, and I did the Swedish Championships last year, just with a group of people I'd kind of never met before. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to getting the team together and seeing how it goes. I think you were on a team with Cameron was it a marathon in Luxembourg?
Yeah, in Luxembourg, I was with Cameron and Stein and Arjen on the same team. It was super fun, that puzzle. I actually have it here, by the way. This puzzle.
Oh, nice. Puzzle
Yeah.
besties. Aww.
Yes. I'm gonna try to do probably a live stream this week with Catherine. If she's up to it, then we will do this puzzle again. So.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, it's a very nice. It was actually a very nice event. It was my first time also playing puzzle chess, and I happened to win, and I was extremely happy about it.
Yeah, I think I saw that. I think puzzle chess. That was we were playing it. We met up in Trier the night before the marathon, and we're playing it in the pub. It's great fun.
Yeah,
really good fun. Very different, and I have to try and get some of that. Hope there's some of that at the kind of national championships, some of those little kind of activities, and puzzle chicken seems to be the new thing as well. That looks.
Ooh, yeah.
Have you tried that one?
Yes, I did it in the Worlds, but I also actually did it already like a year ago, because the UK Association had these online events after the Worlds 2024 or something, and I participated a couple of those, and they had the chicken. The only part was like, so I was kind of like part of the chicken event, but I didn't actually follow the chicken rules because it was so late in Finland that because of that I had to start right away. because it was like 11 p.m. or something. So
Sorry, phone going off. It's getting very close. I do notice the last two people have not opened their boxes. I don't know if that's a choice or whether. Yeah, okay, nodding head. So just wanted to check that people had heard that was an option. But yeah, it's going to be a close finish between Copper and Marlin for the last place, or for the last places. Fantastic.
yeah, but both are so close, and still like hands are moving. Nobody's like stuck. It's just going, moving all the time. That's a good skill, no matter what your actual speed level at the time.
Absolutely, and still, really good times considering the first 75 minutes were blind. I mean, we're only just over an hour and a half, so yeah, it's going to be fantastic to have everyone finishing with some of the best, probably the best times we've seen.
Yeah, this actually reminded me in a team, it's always good to have at least one person who is very much able to do the trial and error all the time. Because those puzzles when you end up, for example, a solid sky and everybody's just looking at the pieces. So you need at least the one person who keeps at least doing this, so it gives a pressure to the other people as well. Because we all know that even if you have a solid sky and you keep scanning at it, you do solve it in the end. So you do actually know where the pieces go. So just a little bit push on that can actually make a huge difference in comparison to the other teams. And sometimes it helps when you had that one person who was just like, I don't care, I'm just trying everything.
I think it's going to be a big advantage having you on the team as just someone who can I think team benefits from just someone who can, in the nice way possible, tell people what to do and kind of take that kind of leadership role and spot when people aren't being as effective as they could be. So that's such an important skill to be able to do that.
Yeah, I actually had this one speed up session about pairs and teams, and we were talking about a lot of like the team dynamics, and we have like this, there's like a whole research behind this of like different personalities and how do you work with them, like not about their skills related to speed puzzling, but more like, okay, if they're a person who is not super social, they're focused on their selves, and then the other person is more like focused on the team dynamics. So how do you kind of operate with those kind of people, like what works for them, how do you say to them things, because every team needs a different kind of personalities and also like how people operate.
No, definitely. I guess that can develop over time if you're with the same time for kind of years. But then if it's a one-off, if it's new people coming together, trying to kind of get that dynamic quickly enough, work it out in that kind of situation can be very difficult.
Yeah, and it's always like if the other person cares more about the feeling and the good vibes make them go perform better, and then we have like the super rational person who just want like very direct things and wants to know always why we're doing this. It's just a very different way how you explain things to them. So
yeah,
it really does matter, but they do have their place in the team, and when you have kind of like all of these people, it comes really well together.
No, absolutely. Just what, two pieces left, 2 or 3 pieces left.
Yeah.
Marlin. Fantastic.
Da-da-da-da-da.
The battle of the long nails.
Oh, I love that.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Well done, Marlin. Fantastic work. Well done for doing it without the box. And go Cotta. Just a few pieces left. It's great to see everyone finishing well within the time limit. Fantastic work. Well done, Marlin. Thanks for joining. Yeah, hopefully maybe you're joining us for the commentary today, and maybe next time then you'll hopefully have you in some of the competitions. So
yeah, we need to. I'm absolutely horrible at replying my messages sometimes. So you just like bing, 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 bing. Because I do remember, and then I just I don't know. Also, my plans a little bit changed with the travel. So, but yeah, I definitely want to compete when I get back to Finland,
Of course.
and I'll be happy to commentate also the next ones when I'm not in Finland, because you just cannot send the puzzles to me. I'm gonna go to Middle East, so that's not
No,
reasonable. But I can still be here.
You say is that for a wedding?
Yeah, I'm going for a wedding, and then I'm gonna stay there for like 2-3 weeks before I come back to Finland. So
fantastic. Slight change in weather and atmosphere between the Middle East.
Yeah, you have no idea how hard it is to pack for like 1 month when you're gonna be like in 4 different countries, and like here it's raining and it's cold. And then I'm gonna go to Middle East where it's like 30 degrees. And I only have 1 luggage. And I also need to put puzzles there, like all these puzzles that I get from the marathons and everything. So
how do you think you did? Do you think you've got everything you're gonna need?
Yeah, I hope so. But I also have this philosophy because I travel a lot. So sometimes I'm just literally like, if I have my passport and I have both of my phones and my laptop, everything else I can technically buy. I can buy chargers, I can buy clothes. Yeah. So I try to go with that because it's also stressful if you start thinking too much of your packing and everything. So
no, absolutely. If you got your passport and your wallet, you can you can pretty much survive.
Everything else is like a nice extra if you remember it.
And the puzzles, of course.
Yeah. But I'm becoming quite a master of packing. The best I have gotten into a luggage is 36 puzzles. So I'm not exactly too worried about that.
Did that involve kind of deconstructing any boxes, or?
Actually, no, I didn't have to cut any corners or anything. It was actually when I was coming back from so there was the crazy weekend when I went to Nordic Championship and the Dutch Nationals on the same weekend. And then I stayed for a week in Amsterdam. So that was from that trip that I ended up having 36 puzzles. But yeah.
Yeah, I think coming back from Trier, I have had suitcase was just had a little rucksack with some clothes, and then just full suitcase of puzzles, some competition ones from the UK, and it's a very different type of packing.
Yeah, I'm very jealous for people who live like in the middle of the Europe, because you can just drive anywhere, and like the amount of puzzles you can fit into a car is also very interesting, because we also been doing that, especially when we traveled to the Trier. So Stein was driving and we just had the car full of puzzles.
Yeah, I think you kind of forget living up here how close things are. I think of when we were in Trier talking about people who had to drive like 3 hours from France and stuff. It's like I wish I could do that. Wish it was that easy.
Yeah, exactly. Like you cannot exactly drive you could drive to go on a ship to get to Sweden. That's what we did also last year. So we went with the ship, we had a car in the ship, and then we drove from Stockholm. But that's also that is actually quite a lot of hours to drive still, even if within the same country, because the country is just like.
Where are you based? Are you based in Helsinki or?
In Espoo, but basically, Helsinki, Vantaa, Espoo, it's the same metropolitan area. So
that's where the Finnish Championships is. Right?
Yeah, at least we have had it 2 years in a row in Espoo, so I would assume that it's still gonna be in the metropolitan area at least for this next year as well.
Fantastic! Yeah, really looking forward to that. It'd be fun to say never been to Finland before. So yeah, probably get the ferry over and make it into a bit of a trip, and it'd be nice to see a bit of Finland.
Yeah, are you gonna come just for the weekend, or are you gonna extend a little bit longer vacation?
I think I'll certainly extend it a bit longer. Not quite sure
how
long at the moment. It's when is it? April. So it's not going to be the middle of winter, but but I certainly want to have a few days that aren't outside of the championship to have a look around.
Yeah, let's make sure we grab a dinner or something then together. Although it seems at this point a lot of people are coming, but I'm just trying to figure out who is just for the weekend and who is a little bit longer, so then I can fit everybody in my schedule as well.
Fantastic. And what are we-
And ta-da-da-da-da!
Right, I will stop the clock. Fantastic work, Cotta. I don't know if we've got a missing piece. Fantastic.
It's there.
Brilliant.
Ta-da!
Well done. Congratulations. Without the image as well. Fantastic. It was great to see.
I love the nails. I have huge respect. I have
Yeah.
major respect for doing a puzzle with a major respect. You have no idea.
I remember first
Thank
seeing,
you.
I remember first seeing those at last year's SM and just being incredibly impressed by the all that dexterity.
Well, thank you very much. I will keep on joining. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Brilliant. Wow. I've added on extra time for this one, but it's been one of our quickest ones yet.
Yeah, with the mystery puzzle.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Think about that.
I know.
Think about that. That's really, it's not that bad. People should do that a lot for practice. It really helps you.
Yeah, and very much looking forward to the EJJ mystery one now.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining, and I'll set up a group chat and we can do some more planning for the start next year.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting me, and I hope to see you soon on the next one, maybe.
Yeah. And good luck on Sunday and for the travels.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye.